Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. But one thing that we know for certain is there's about 20 minutes from the time of filming this video until the market opens. And when we have a look at what we're doing so far in the pre-market, we're up by 0.4%. The pattern for that, if you come over here, is not too amazing. But what do you expect? It never has been with the pre-market. But I'm just going to give you guys a few of my thoughts going into today. Now, as always, the same does apply for today. More and more videos are going to be coming out through the day. But do remember, this is not financial advice. It is only my opinions, and I must reiterate that. It's nothing more than my personal opinions. It's not something which you should take as fact. It's just what I personally believe, based on what I have seen, and what I am showing you guys. Anyway, if you do enjoy it, do subscribe, like the video, share it wherever you can. It would make a big difference in helping the channel and helping all of this information get out there. We're going to get into it now, and we're going to have a look. We're going to start off with what we are seeing over here on Twitter. So it's important to note, guys, the market isn't open yet. The market isn't going to be open for, a few moments. But it is important to also note, when we come onto Twitter, we're seeing two things over here trending in the UK. Now, these two things are hashtag AMC strong, and the second one is hashtag AMC we love the stock. So, I think this is obvious. Whilst the markets are not open, the voices of apes are still being heard, if anything, louder than ever. And I know I'm not the only one experiencing this, because we have this user down here, Wolf of My Street on Reddit, who says that AMC Day, which is another one of course, is trending number 5 in the US. So we can see AMC, and if we have a look at what it is, it's individual investors celebrating another community created AMC Day by holding and buying shares of the stock and to send it higher. So really, it just shows that people, yes, are still going on with this one, and it is, if nothing else, picking up more and more popularity. Now, another thing which is picking up a lot of popularity is this info here. We're going to pause the video because we're not watching it, but for those of you who want to find it, you can find it on Twitter with ease. You can find it on Reddit as well. Now, on Reddit, it did extremely well, and if we have a look at what the video is, it's Charles Gradient, I believe that is, on Citadel scandal and how the market is rigged against the people. The original was suppressed on Reddit, but you can read it far and wide. Now, once again, that is still on Reddit. You can find it in other places if you are looking for that, but we're not going into that in too much detail in this video. But what I think really is interesting as well is what we're finding out about the markets in the past year, and especially into 2022. Now, don't get me wrong, I know we're only about 6 days into the year, but things are still getting interesting. And that is highlighted by user Mr. Mafia Man, who posted this 2 hours ago. So things really are getting interesting now. When we have a look, the Nasdaq is falling below its support line and starting to look like a drop. The Nasdaq Composite is down by 4.63% as far as 2022. And bear in mind, once again, we're 6 days into this year already, and we're down by 4, almost 5% even. The S&P, that's falling down by 2% as of 2022. Bitcoin is down by 10% as of 2022. Also, I don't know if anybody has noticed, but the Russell 2000 index has clearly been affected by AMC. If you look at the stock, go down to the start of January when AMC started popping, the Russell 2000 index has been struggling to gain anything since then. Just a lot of consolidation. It's also down by 3.46% as of 2022. I know these percentages seem small, but look at these stocks 6 months to gain around 6 to 8%. So in fact, they're dropping so fast just within 5 days. This might be it. Now, if you watched my videos yesterday, I spoke about this. These drops that we are seeing on the Russell, on the S&P of 1, 2, 3, 5%, they are not small drops at all. Now, to give you guys some context, a good day or even a bad day on any of these, especially things like the Nasdaq, the Dow, things like that, they move on a really great day by like 1.5% max. Okay, that's a great day, or a terrible day if it's downwards, of course. But really, a stable day might be a move of 0.2%, as a move of 0.5, 0.7. They don't move by very much on a daily basis. So when we're seeing these things fall by 2% on a day, it really is quite big. I know it doesn't seem it in stock terms, but this is an index comprised of multiple stocks, so to see them all sliding down at that rate, yeah, it does add up, and it is actually quite big. So I think that is worth noting, and I think it is something which a lot of people do kind of look away from and try and dismiss, and bears will use it. Okay, the markets are falling a little bit. Well, a small drop for these indices or these indexes, it is actually quite large when we look at what they are usually going on with. So I think that could possibly be the start of a little bit of a drop, maybe a correction, maybe even a crash. And of course, if that is the case, what will that do to margin requirements when it comes to the funds which are short on AMC? Will they need to start liquidating their positions, and will they need to start covering? Of course, we do not know that for certain, but it is something to think about going forwards into the rest of the day and into the future as well. Now, when it comes to the actual price with AMC, I say this at the start of every single video, but I am going to reiterate it once more. I don't think the price action matters too much, but I think it is also important to be mentally prepared for what is ahead. So, am I going to go in there and start reading all of these indicators in detail? No, I think some of them do provide key evidence. For example, we're seeing relatively high volume actually for yesterday on this, which is of course the volume indicator, and that indicates that a lot of trading is going on. But one thing that we already know, not many people are selling, so why is there so much bearish volume coming in? Now, that does potentially point to manipulation. That's a theory that a lot of people are holding, but who knows for sure. Anyway, another thing which I think is an indicator worth mentioning is going to be the RSI, which is now coming quite close to actually being oversold. It's coming up to 32, and of course that is really low. Bear in mind, 20 is oversold, and oversold for AMC is dramatic. The price dropped big yesterday, about 10%, 11%, and not many people sold, and if anything, people bought. Of course, the data is different for different platforms, but we already know the inflow to outflow ratio is apparent on some platforms. I looked through that yesterday myself. I know a lot of you guys have access to it as well. And from a few of the platforms that I checked, I saw nothing but inflow. Like 70% inflow, 60% inflow, and 30-40% outflow. And if that figure is so high, if so many people are buying, surely the price should be going up. And again, it does point back to the potential of manipulation that we are seeing. And I think that is where we should be preparing for today. So what am I expecting for today? Honestly, I think that it is going to be a mixed day, so it's very, very hard to say, and I'm not going to give you a full prediction, but what I am going to say is what I have been saying for a while. I don't think this is it. I'd love to say it is, but you guys know my thoughts on AMC. I'm a bull. I hold a lot of AMC shares. Believe me, guys, I hold a ton of AMC shares for my personal wealth. I've said this before. So yes, I do have a lot riding on this one, but I think it could get worse before it gets better. Could come down to 19, could come down to 15, and we have to prepare for that. Sure, it might not happen, and if it doesn't happen, fantastic. But all I'm trying to say is, for myself, I'm mentally prepared for every single tactic. What they're going to try and do is scare out people, and the method that I have been saying they could do this by is by pointing out this trend that we are seeing in the past 3 months, in the past 6 months even, and they're going to say, okay, the short squeeze has happened, now it's just continuous downtrend. And I think that one just isn't going to work anymore, but they do have to try everything that they can, because bear in mind, if you were one of the hedge funds, let's be honest, you would not want to cover either. Yes, they've got themselves into a mess, and how are they going to solve the mess? Well, as I always say, I am not short on AMC, so it's not my problem to work out. But thank you for watching, guys. I'll be back to see you all later, and I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Of course, subscribe if you did. See you soon. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.